Okay, actually, I'm gonna sit in front of the door and hope that no one stares at us. I'm gonna first start off by saying I thought I was going to come on here and share some really good news and say that my wall is getting fixed this week, but that is not the case because I was a little ignorant to the process of things based on the amount of the estimate for the water damage, which is part of the reason for this video, just to share the actual numbers down to the cent, just for those who are curious to see how much, based on my water damage, how much that costs. I do hope that sharing this, I'm actually helping instead of hurting, because I don't want anyone to like not make a decision for their life based on how my experience is going. Sometimes I look through the comments and it's like, thank you for sharing, you helped me make the decision to stay as a renter, and so I kind of find like that's a double-edged sword when it comes to these videos, because girl, if you want to buy a home and you're prepared to buy a home, just go out there, jump and do it. Do not let my experiences cause you from keeping yourself out of a situation in which you were always supposed to be in, or you really wanted to be in, because my experience I don't think is the norm. I think 1 or 2 repairs probably, but I don't think my experience is the norm, and I will get to a point where I firmly believe I will be at like a maintenance level where I'm just kind of going in between long stretches of no repairs. So keep that in mind. But today, the contractor that will be doing the rebuild, they did come and he said that he would be able to start this week. You know, you pay your deposit, start this week. I will say, as a single woman, you have to be very careful when it comes to these things. I'm learning, because they're very pushy. Certain contractors, when they know insurance is involved, they get very, very pushy, and I feel like this one's very, very pushy. My insurance company does not have any preferred providers, nor like, same thing for my home warranty. So I just pick whatever contractor that I want. This contractor was recommended to me from ServPro, and I'm finding that the steps that they have on their website and the steps that have actually happened to me in real time are looking it ain't looking good for them. So I did go ahead and send that estimate over. We did come into an agreement on an estimated amount, and so now the check looks like it is going out either today or tomorrow. We will get into those numbers, but it's in the 5 figures for the restoration part of things and the rebuild. I did tell you guys that I had sent up everything in regard to me sending up my documentation for what was damaged in the garage, as well as hotel receipts and our food that we ate during the time we were outside of the home, which was about 4 days. I have not heard anything on that. They don't have a portal where I can just view the progress on that documentation. I have not had any call asking me any questions. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'll probably give them a call on that tomorrow. But I'm bummed because when he said he could start this week after I make the deposit, I'm like, you know, sure. I thought the deposit was the actual deposit of my home insurance policy. Like, that deposit is $1,000, which is not bad. I am tired of paying it, but it's not bad. And I don't think that I will be increasing it anytime soon. Obviously, that probably won't be the smartest thing. But in my mind, I'm like, sure, I'll just pay, you know, them the $1,000. That covers my deposit. We can start getting the work done because the check is coming in the mail. Problem with that is, that ain't the deposit that they want. That's not the deposit that they want. I'm like, okay, fine. That's probably, you know, standard. Obviously, you want a chunk of the work being done to be paid up front, so you know that you're going to be paid, which is fine. But he sends me two options for the deposit. So first deposit that would have to be due this week is $3,764.18. And the second deposit, which he recommended, would be $4,705.23. So while I'm doing this, I'm actually going to make sure that I am not being played, because I am so tired of being played, because they know I'm a first-time homeowner. They don't see no man around here, and it's just like they think that they could pull a fast one on us, and a lot of times, I ain't gonna lie, they have done that to me. But like I said, I'm in this thing and I'm learning. So the total amount of the reconstruction estimate is $9,410.46, and I'm actually gonna put this in my computer over here, because I need to make sure their estimate is the same one that they sent to me and that I sent over to my adjuster. Now remember, previously, based on what the adjuster sent over to my insurance company, they estimated that the damages for everything, rebuild, everything included, was only like $3,000. And I knew that it was correct, and I'm so glad that I took my own pictures and I debated that before I signed anything, because this was way off. So I want to break down everything. ServPro, so for the water extraction and remediation, per the ServPro invoice, it is $6,396.94. Okay, that's for ServPro. And then remember, $9,410.46 is for the rebuild. So total is $15,807.40 based off of what I'm calculating. But let me see here. Okay, so they're off by 2 cents on here. They have the total amount, $15,807.38 minus my deductible, which is $1,000. So $14,630.69. So everything is matching up, which is good, but I don't expect to have any more updates for at least 2 weeks, because I have to get my mortgage lender to endorse the check, and the check has not even made it to me yet, and then I have to send it over to them, and then, you know, all of that good stuff. So I did politely respond to the contractor's email, and I'm like, basically, we're not going to be able to start any work. I'm like, I'm not willing to come out of like $3,000-$4,000, and I don't have the check, aka proof, in my hands just yet. So we're going to press pause on that, and I'm like, basically, I will just let you know whenever the check comes in, and then we can go from there. So just like I gotta wait for a while, they're gonna have to wait to get their hands on the insurance check, and we're all just going to have to be patient and wait. All right, so now that you know I'm gonna be without a wall and a garage for at least another 2 weeks, probably realistically another month, I did want to talk about a potential side hustle that I have been toying around with the idea of. I'm going to do it, but I don't know if it's going to be a side hustle. I'm just craving a passion project. If I'm someone, I have to learn. I have to get my hands on something and learn how to do something. It's kind of like with my hair. Money did play a role, but I was just tired of, you know, going someplace trying to find a braider, the lack of professionalism that I found, and plus I just wanted to learn how to do braids, like how to braid to the scalp, how to add in braiding hair and things like that, more so for my daughter, but you know, I'm going to benefit too. And anything that I can visualize, I can do. If I want to learn how to do something, I'm going to YouTube University. I'm going to be YouTube certified, and I'm going to watch 1,001 videos. And if I can see it repetitively over and over again, I'm able to, like, you know, act out the steps. And so anytime I have braids in my hair, anytime my daughter has braids in my hair, I've done them. I do our own hair. I've learned how to lock my son's hair, so he has, you know, his locks going now. And so recently I've been watching people like take old dressers and side tables and chairs and spruce them up, make them look good. They got their little sanding machine that they go in on and maybe like stain the wood, or they paint it, they replace the handles on it, the little knobs, and it looks so good. And there's one girl, I can't remember her name, but she is boss at it. And then she got so good at it, she just started selling it. And for me, I kind of want to do things around the house. I want to get back into going to the flea market or the thrift store and seeing what treasures I can find, because that's how I used to furnish my old apartments. I thrifted everything, I spruced it up mainly with spray paint, and then I would just use it as decor. And so that is what I want to do, but I want to take it up a notch and like really challenge myself and challenge my skills and my creativity. So main thing on my list is to find like an old antique dresser and make that bad boy shine. Not a really huge dresser, but something I can put right here. I'm kind of over the what is this little trunk thing right here, bench. I want to have a dresser that comes up a little higher, and in my mind I'm thinking of like a dark gray, kind of like this color. It's like a chocolate gray looking color, but maybe like a dark gray or a black. Spruce it up, change the knobs on it, and then use that piece, and based on how well I do, start to gradually buy more things. And I don't like for people to tell me that I can't do something, because that is the worst thing you can say to me, and I'm sure to a lot of people. You tell someone that really wants to do something that they can't do something, they're going to figure out a way to do it, and it's just going to add fuel to the fire. I honestly feel like if I get all the tools, like a sanding machine, like a little saw, I want the paint sprayer where you actually spray on the paint. Girl, I can do this. Buffer, I'll buff it out. I feel like I can do this. I watch enough videos to where I can do it, so I'm definitely going to share that process with you guys. Now, this is not going to be a DIY channel because I really don't know what I'm doing, but as I learn, I know I'm going to get really good at it, because that's just how my life has taught me. You know, sequence of events has taught me like that's going to happen. If I stay on it, I can do it. And I feel like if they can do it, and they say if I can do it, you can do it, and I really believe them. So I feel like I can do it. And that leads me into my other interest, which is renovation. Y'all, I really feel like I am Martha Stewart, Joanna Gaines, all mixed in one. Like, I probably more so her husband, Joanna Gaines' husband. What's his name? Cleo? Clifford? I don't know, but y'all know who I'm talking about. I feel like I can do his job. Like, I have been watching videos of people renovating their bathrooms, and I feel like I can redo the bathroom vanity. If I can cut it off of the wall with the little caulking thing they use, if I have a tool, the correct tools, going back to having the correct tools, if I have that tool to cut through that, get it loose, take all the plumbing pipes out, pull it from the wall, as long as it's not damaged, make sure to cut it properly, tape up the mirror, take the mirror down, girl, I can do this. I feel like I can do this. Now, I can't do the floors on my own, but I feel like I can replace the vanity, and that's going to give me the feel that I need to continue to do like little projects around the house. And that's probably going to be my first project, or my side table if I get a sander and the paint sprayer. I am going to show y'all how I redo that, because I kind of want to practice on something small, and that's small enough to practice. But let me tell y'all how good God is, because you're probably like, girl sis, how are you going to afford all this? I don't think those tools are that expensive, but when it comes to my deposit and having to come out of that $1,000 again, I'm like, God, you see me down here trying, you see me trying, I need you to do me a big one again. And I'm not even gonna lie and say that I'm not gonna ask you for anything else if you help me out again, because I am. for as long as I live. I'm going to come to you and ask. So I got some more work to do ads for a company that I've been doing ads for before. I was kind of bummed I haven't heard from them in a while. So I thought that, you know, maybe my other ads that they did weren't performing well, but literally, like, as I am swallowed up in I need you to do me a big one, an email came through. I gave them my price and they accepted, and so that's going to cover the deposit. That's going to cover a bit of savings. That's going to cover a bit of debt, and I always try to give myself 10% of my earnings, and so that is what I'm going to use to get all of my tools. So we're gonna do some DIY around here. I will do whatever to save money. I will cry. I'm in the middle of redoing all of my braids, super tiny. They were big. I need to refresh them, do them super tiny. Emotional labor, yes, but I will do whatever to try to save money and to learn. I feel like if you got the skills, sis, that's something no one can take away from you. So I would rather go through the emotional labor of getting my hands dirty and learning how to do certain things instead of paying other people to do it. But that's just me and my personality. I totally understand if you're that person. You want someone to braid your hair, you want someone to do your home projects and things like that. I just like to learn, and who knows, it may open doors if I do, you know, flips, house flips and things like that. I want to be able to go in there and do certain things myself, but also do it right. So I might as well practice with my home, and I'm not doing anything that's gonna like make the house fall down. I'm not dealing with plumbing or anything like that. I'm literally just adding panels to a wall and painting it. And the vanity, I'm literally just separating the vanity. It's pretty much almost separated itself, so it shouldn't be that hard. But I'm definitely gonna film it, whether I make a fool out of myself or not, because it's gonna get filmed. This is my life and this is what I do. But I'm either going to be crying at the end of the video, or I'm gonna be smiling and so proud of myself. Either way it goes, the video is going up. But that is a little update of what's going on in my life. I am starting a new passion project because I need to learn something. I need to do something. I feel like my garage, whenever I get my garage back, will be a perfect little workshop space for me to just pour labor and love into something. And I have no wall still, so